Hey guys, okay, so I apologize for not posting yesterday on the forefront of this video. I attempted twice to make a video, and I even went into my editing software. The first time, for some reason, the camera shut off a couple minutes in, and I had no idea, so I had to go back and remake the entire video, and then after I did that, I realized that it never focused on my face. And while I could have posted that video because the content was really good, nobody wants to see a blurry video. So I went ahead and got rid of that one. And at that point last night, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this tonight. I am just going to call it a day and try again tomorrow. So here we are. I'm not in the house today doing our normal tea time. In fact, I don't even have tea, which is a little bit upsetting. Anyways, or coffee, you know, I only had one cup of coffee before I went to the barn, but I'm up here in the greenhouse because, you know, even though it is, 20 degrees outside, it is, we're above 50 in here. I know you probably can't see it because it's bright out, but it's really nice out here in the greenhouse, and I just ordered my seeds, which we will discuss in a video as soon as I get them, but, and I told myself I wasn't going to overbuy. I overbought. I think I got 73 different varieties of plants for this year, seed packets. I'm really, really excited about them, and I can't wait to show you guys what I got. But I'm out here trying to organize a little bit, and if many of you have been here for a while, you know that this greenhouse looks in far better shape than it does most years. Usually I have a pile of garbage out front that I have to clean up and burn and reorganize everything. I just have to reorganize my trays and a couple of the produce boxes, actually, and we're in good shape, so I can't wait for that to come up. But this was a very exciting week, and of course we have to talk about it, right? Because that's what we do on Fridays. We do our weekly wrap-up. And last night I had a whole list of things pulled up, different executive orders that Trump had passed this week. But we're just going to kind of shoot from the hip, and we're just going to talk about it. There's just been so many exciting things. I know I'm going to miss things, but you guys we could discuss it in the comments below. I love doing that with you guys. So whatever I miss, we can go over, and I know I'm going to miss things, but forgive me. But let's start first and foremost, and this is about the last thing I'm going to talk about with the Biden administration until more things come up that they screwed up. But on his way out, at the very last moments, he pardoned his family. And the night previous, Sunday night, he pardoned Fauci and the J6 committee. Now, personally, if you're going to pardon somebody, I think that that's because they've committed a crime and they've been convicted of that crime.
Your battery is low.
Let's see how far we go.
Okay.
I'm going to have to probably pick this up in a little bit because my battery went on low battery. The cold drains my battery super fast. Anyways, if you're pardoning somebody, that implies guilt, doesn't it? They haven't been convicted of a crime, but yet they need his pardon. So that just proves that everything that we have been saying for the past how many years is correct. And the Biden family is nothing but a crime family. Fauci has committed heinous crimes. So heinous, in fact, that Putin wants him sent on an airplane over to Russia. He wants him extradited to Russia for crimes against humanity. Me personally, I say slap a shipping label on his ass and let him go. Send him express mail. But I don't think Donald Trump would sacrifice even the worst American human's life. So I doubt he'll do that. But it would be a pretty thought, wouldn't it? Maybe that's just rude of me to say, but I'm all for that. Let him go. Anyhow. Let's get on to the fun stuff, and when this, like I said, when the battery cuts off, I'll just pick it up again later. But let's get into the fun stuff. So President Trump's inauguration was Monday, and it was beautiful, full of class. Man, that family exudes class in every aspect. So he had his inauguration. I listened to his speech, the first one. I didn't get to see a whole lot of the inauguration. We had a lot of things going on here with the frigid cold temps that we had going on. So I didn't get to actually sit down and watch a lot of it. But I think his speech was one of the better ones he's ever made. And, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of the far left going crazy about he said he wants to be colorblind. I think that's pretty accurate, and I think that's what we need to strive to be, is colorblind as a nation. I think too much emphasis is put on color, race, sex, all of these things. And it's coming from the side that thinks that they're being so wronged Meanwhile, they're the ones placing the labels. So I agree with President Trump. That's a bunch of projection, and I think that we just need to drop it. And now that's it. No more. But, you know, that won't be the case moving forward. Either way, his inauguration was beautiful, and, you know, he got in there and he started making his executive orders right away. Right away, he declared a national emergency at the southern border. He sent National Guard down there. I do believe it was Monday or Tuesday that a border security agent was killed. And I think he has now deployed the Marines as well, 1,500, I think, and they're armed down there to see if they can clean up the southern border. I know that they're starting to send Border Patrol and ICE into different communities. They're trying to pick up people. I think there's a couple states that have already instituted it was the state level, not federal, but state level, that's actually instituted like a bounty hunter type of program with a reward system. So it looks like everybody's trying to clean stuff up, and certain states are actually fronting the financing, so it's not coming from the federal level. Once again, Trump was right when he said, I think it will be very easy, and I think it will be with all the way things are shaping up now. One very important thing that he did that he had promised was he released the RFK, JFK, and Martin Luther King files, which I have not taken the chance to go through yet, but I really hope to do that here soon. I would like to read through. I think it will be lengthy, and probably a lot of it might be a bit boring, but I think it's really important, and I'm glad that he upheld his promises on that. I think there's other lists that need to be exposed, and I think with time that might come as well. So let's keep our fingers crossed. He did end the Paris Climate Accord agreement. He also withdrew from the, the World Health Organization, which is fantastic. I don't think there should be a World Health Organization to begin with. One subset of people should not speak for a vast world full of people, because what we are experiencing here is vastly different from what's happening in, let's say, Florida. And what's happening in Florida is vastly different than something that's happening in Italy. So one group of people should not speak for the majority, I think. And I think that should be abolished, to be honest. He also told the World Economic Forum it's a pound salt. So it's really funny to see how they're scrambling and trying to, you know, kiss the ring. But I don't think he's having it. He can see right through that bull schnocky. So it's just really interesting to see the way people are behaving with him. Let me think. What are some of the other things? Oh, he ended DEI, which, again, I went over this last night 2 times, but I think it's fabulous to get rid of this DEI. Look, again, I'm a strong, tough chick. You guys see all the stuff that I do around here, and I'm raising my daughter to be exactly like me in the sense that she's tough. She's strong. Sometimes I think she's stronger than I am. But we're strong and tough, and we're in an industry that a lot of times aren't dominated by women, but there's a lot of women farmers out there that do an amazing job. My husband is a plumber, and he will take me on jobs with him, and he's often said that he was going to train me to be a plumber as well, so I could go out and, number one, I don't want to do that, but number two, I physically am not capable of doing the things that he does in a day. I'm just not I don't have the hand strength. I don't have the leverage, even the size of my body, to be able to do the things. He has taken a water heater that was used. I mean, yeah, you drain it, but only so much of the water comes out. You know, he'll take that up 2-3 flights of stairs sometimes to get it out, depending on, you know, if it's a commercial or whatever. I can't do that. I cannot do that, and I'll be the first one to admit it. So DEI would say he has to hire me, right, because I'm a woman and I want the job. But common sense says he shouldn't hire me because I'm not the most capable one to do the job. So that's where I stand on that. You always hire the most qualified if you want to be a successful company, in my opinion. Otherwise, that's just stupid and a waste of money. But with the loss of the DEI initiative, there are a lot of federal jobs that are going to be eliminated because there were people that were put in place just to scout for DEI hires, which is obnoxious. But anyway, those people will be going, and he also froze federal hiring, which makes a lot of sense because they're going to do a lot of restructuring of these different divisions and different industries and things like that. So why hire when you know you're going to be eliminating and restructuring positions? So that to me makes a whole lot of sense. Oh goodness, I'm trying to go over all the exciting things that happened. I know I'm missing things, but you're going to tell me about them down below. One thing is Pete Hegseth last night was finally confirmed. I did want to go over that. It was J.D. Vance that made the 51st vote in his favor. Thank you, J.D. Vance, already proving to be a stellar vice president. So we're going to see how this all shakes up, because there's a lot of people that are pretty scared to have him in that position. I'm excited about it. I think there were several other people that were already confirmed. I am very excited that RFK's hearing has finally been scheduled for the 29th. So I will be watching that. I know everybody is going to be excited about that. They already got rid of red number 4, I think it is. They need to continue with all the other colors and chemicals and everything. It's going to be a lengthy process. It's going to take some time. Oh, and DOGE. So Vivek has now formally left DOGE. It was, when I first heard about it, he hadn't given a reason, and I said he's going to run for governor. And it turns out that he has said that he would like to run for governor of Ohio. So that will be exciting to see. There is some chatter that there was some disagreements between him and Elon. Whether that be true or not, we'll see moving forward. But I really think that this is an interesting move. I won't say I'm for it or against it, but I guess we'll have to see how things pan out. At least he's going to take credit for setting up DOGE. I don't know whether he's getting out of it before he thinks it's going to fail, or I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to see how that goes. Also, DOGE, speaking of, has already in the first week saved $420 million on canceling contracts and leases and stuff like that. So they're already saving money. And speaking of things, the Prince of Saudi Arabia has already billions, I don't know, some unreal amount of money has already pledged to the United States, and Donald Trump said, why don't you just round it up to $1 trillion? It's just amazing to me how fast, how quickly getting him into office has changed everything. The tone has changed, and it's a beautiful thing. Speaking of changing and quick, rapid, and very important, he finally, he made it to North Carolina on Friday. So he was inaugurated Monday, and by Friday he was in North Carolina. So that should tell you exactly where...
Alright, you're back on again.
Okay. Alright, so that should tell you exactly where his priority is. His priority is with the average American person. And he stopped funding to Ukraine, and he stopped any funding outside the United States for, I think it is 90 days, and he might continue that longer until we get people out of tents, until we get people with, getting back on track in California to get their homes rebuilt. And it was very, very heartfelt.
And you're still focused.
I'm still focused? Okay. It was very, very good to see that, because they have been neglected for so very long. And I just watch videos over and over of things that are currently going on down there, and it's heartbreaking. But now the National Guard, Army Corps of Engineers is down there rebuilding bridges, rebuilding roads. They're going to have that place rebuilt in no time with his funding. I think he's already sending money. I know one thing for sure is that he took people that were living in temporary hotels and some people that agreed to leave their tent situations, and he put them up in fully furnished apartments. I mean, that should have been done months ago. That should have been done the weeks right after it happened. And he did send FEMA back. I did hear him talk a little bit about FEMA when he was in California yesterday, and it was pretty fascinating to me, because there was actually somebody there that was trying to defend FEMA. And I see what they're saying. They have thousands of people from across the country that come in. But what Trump says is they have so many permits and permits and permits they need to pull, and they spend more time trying to do paperwork than actually doing any good. So that's what he said. He would like to get rid of FEMA, he said, because there are plenty of average Americans that would love to volunteer to help. But FEMA puts so much red tape on things that they can't help. He said things would get done much, much quicker if the local governments were able to pass the permits, and that the average person like you or I were able to go in and actually do what needs to get done. And I fully agree with him. I think that so much red tape is put because, well, my grandma used to say rules were only made because some stupid idiot screwed it up for the rest of us. And that's exactly the way everything goes. just like our local government. I'm looking at local things that happen around here, and, you know, we want more zoning, we want more this, we want more that. Why? Because somebody complained, right? Well, if people would just not complain and just deal with their daily life and what they're given to them, they would have less taxes, less red tape, less permits, less things. But because this person built something and they didn't think they got a permit that they should have had, which in retrospect they didn't even need to begin with, they turned them in, and that causes a whole bunch of bull crap. That's just the way the whole world works. And if people would just stop complaining about their neighbor and mind their own business, a lot less red tape would exist, and a lot less stupid laws and stupid rules would exist. So, mind your business, I guess. That's what I'm getting at. But anyways, let's just see how this pans out. I know people in North Carolina are thrilled and so grateful, and I love to see them happy about something finally. And I think the people in California will follow the footsteps. I know he's already signed something to get water from the north to come down for the future fires, because I think they expect more fires as they're going through this drought, and there's a lot of winds that are coming through. So it's just something to watch, and hopefully he'll get them the help that they need, and hopefully the California government will not push back. I saw the mayor got a little snarky with him, and I wanted to slap her through the camera, but whatever. Donald Trump's a good, tough guy, and he's going to not take any BS from anybody. So it's just so nice to finally talking about all of these things that we wanted, everything that he was promising when he was going and doing his campaign. All of these things that we were so excited about, and it is just so liberating to see these things finally happen, to have a president that finally listens to his citizens, to have somebody that actually cares, and I'm very, very, very excited for the future of this country, because I do think this is moving into the golden age. Will we see a recession? Well, we're already pretty much in a recession. They just will never admit it. Will we see further recession because of the change of power and the way things go? Possibly. I know he already called out Director of the Federal Reserve. His name will come to me at some point. He already pretty much called him out for saying that the interest rates need to come down. So it'll be really interesting to see where that goes too. I think if interest rates come down, I think it's at a very delicate tipping point, because I don't think they can lower them super fast or things will just go haywire. But at that, I think if the interest rates start coming down for things like cars and mortgages and things like that, the average person is going to start pumping the system full of money again. So I don't know. I'm not a financial analyst. I listen to some financial analysts, but that doesn't make me one, and sometimes I don't fully grasp the way this works through the Federal Reserve, but I see both sides, and I do think it would be very beneficial to start slowly creeping down on those rates. So we will see. We'll see if Trump ends up firing him. I can't believe Jerome Powell. I knew the name would come to me. It's going to be interesting to see if Trump fires him, if Powell quits, or if he stays put. So we're going to find out together, I suppose. Anyways, I know there's a lot of things that I missed from his first week in office, so please, let's talk about them in the comments down below. I need to get off here. I need to make some farming videos for you guys. You guys have some good video requests coming in, and Harley's been behind the camera while we are trying to make the switch to this Canon, because it's vastly different, and until I get the little attachment that flips so I can see what's going on back there, I'm recording blind. So she's been the videographer for me, and I appreciate that immensely. Mm-hmm. I think they do too, probably. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to hop off of here. I got lots to do, and I will take you guys along with us. So until the next one, hope you have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.